Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today I'm unboxing this insane 1,000+ coin ancient coin hoard that I recently purchased. This is one of the craziest things that I've done in a while, and I had to make a video about it. So we're just going to be basically going through these items. They're almost all 4th century bronze coins from the Roman Empire. It shows just how inflated the currency got, and they really devalued what they were putting out there. A lot of these coins are really nice looking, and I've also made a deal where I've sold a fair amount of these already. So basically I bought it, I contacted a couple of my other dealer friends and was like, hey, I have this coming in, can I sell you a few hundred of these or something like that. So I'm going to basically be trying to pick out the nicest 250 or so for me to keep for my own, and then the rest of it is going to head out to a bunch of other dealers. So it'll be fun to kind of sort through. We're going to be looking for either really nice looking coins individually, like interesting types, or we're going to be taking a look, and let me zoom in here, for like better condition coins, because some of that stuff we'll probably sell on our own. Some of it we will try to send to receive a grade from a third-party grading service, probably like the nicest 500. So like this one looks great on the reverse, but on this side not quite as good. So a lot of these look to be many of Constantine the Great who reigned, his sons, and they kind of take over after he departs from ruling. So anyways, there's Arcadius. He's a later Roman Empire. Let's see what some of the other ones are. This is a Feltem Preparatio, Constantius spearing a soldier. And so there's all just different types here, and the nice thing about this, that one looks like it is Arcadius, is that you can read, it's like alphabetical lettering. So it's Arcadius, I can tell, and it's like Pius Felix Augustus, Latin basically saying he's a good ruler. Here's a cool one, Theodosius front-facing portrait. I always like that kind of style, so maybe I'll like pull that one to the side. Right here it looks like Aelia Eudoxia, because I can see the Doxia. That's a female ruler, probably slightly more interesting or like a little bit tougher to find. So that's basically what I'll be going around and doing here. I like that kind of full portrait there. And yeah, finding Max Aug. I think that might be Constantine the Great. Constantius Nobilis Caesar, NOBC, would imply that he's ruling under Constantine the Great. There's again one of those Feltem Preparatio types, and Constantius PF Aug. So I might pull the, basically the trick is going to be trying to get a good balance. And this one actually is not I may have to look at this guy a little bit closer, because I'm seeing DNARC. Okay, I think it's just ADIUS, Arcadius. But anyways, there's some probably better reverse types in here. I see this like Quadriga. That's a Constantinople commemorative, minted in the wake of Constantine passing away on the front there. And so there's just a bunch of different types, and it's going to be fun to go through. That looks like just Constans as Augustus. Trying to get a good mix of rulers to keep for myself. And I think I'm probably going to end up a little disappointed that I pre-sold as many of these as I did. Just because there's a Valentinian, don't have many of Valentinian, and hopefully there will be, there's an outside chance that there's some like actually very solidly rare rulers in here, and that would be a fantastic outcome as well, though I probably will be pretty prone to kind of missing and not picking up on it. This one is looks pretty interesting because SIUS PF Aug, I don't really recognize the reverse type here. It looks like maybe a slightly tougher type as well, something Gloria Romanorum, and so that says SIUS. That could be any number of different types. And then like here I'm seeing this standing peacock, not like crazy rare or anything, I don't think so, but I've seen it's a slightly better, again, reverse type. So that's all I'm gonna be going through. It looks like we also had this like a Roman provincial type. I guess a few other coins got mixed in with this hoard, but there we have the Romulus et Remus founding scene of Rome portrait, and so those are always kind of interesting. There's another one of them, Arcadius. So basically I'm just going through and pulling different coins, directing them where they might go, and these are often these are like a very well presenting group of coins. So I think actually, yeah, if they watch it, they can know that I think that they're getting some pretty sweet coins here, because they're looking a little bit nicer in person now that I got them. So that's good, obviously, for the buyer, but that's definitely something that I do, is give access to hoards like this. There's another, we have the Quadriga, and then another one of the commemorative posthumous types. I also don't want to bore you and unbox this stuff for like it'll probably take me like an hour or two to get through all of it. But yeah, I mean, there's some real standout types here, and I think I've said that a bunch of times. It's just fun to look through ancient coins. Probably that's an opinion that not too many other people hold, but hopefully I've found some in terms of who's watching the video at this stage. So that's like a neat Arcadius type. It's kind of a cool portrait, only ruling votive. It's like prayers after that many number of years. So this one looks like Arcadius, a votive type. Haven't seen any of those, and so there's a lot. This, I also have taken a little bit of time off. I'm not like super involved with a lot of these types of coins. That looks like I believe it's a Jovian, who was a usurper of Constantine, or of the Constantine dynasty from or maybe it's Julian II, but I think it's Julian II. He was like the last of the Constantinians from 360 to 363 AD, and so there are all different types of coins here, and I'm going to try to continue to find the best ones. So I will fast forward and probably show you the ones that I've picked out. But again, big dealer takeaway is definitely like lining up buyers before you purchase things helps a bunch, because I could sell all of these on Whatnot over time, but it would just be a little bit like, I don't think that would be the ideal use basically of the time. So anyways, this one looks interesting. I have to see, I think that might be just like Julian, but it's the spearing soldier type Feltem Preparatio, and so that seems like one that I would pull out. I'm not sure who that is. TIUS, maybe it's just Constantius, probably, though I don't know the reverse type. But the other thing with ancients, okay, truly the last thing I will, okay, that's interesting, note here is that there's always like different varieties and reverse types and things like that. I probably could know them better. I'm just kind of going off of feel, if something looks like I haven't seen it before, that kind of thing. So that's how I'll be sorting these. And the hunt is done. My hands are pretty dirty, but I'm just going to explain again what I did here. And so on this side, these are going to be the ones that I'm going to keep. I'm going to identify them. I may send some of them to grading, and then I'm going to sell them through Whatnot on eBay, or maybe in the wholesale channels. And there were some pretty sweet finds. I wouldn't say that there was anything like super crazy. I think this was my favorite find, which is basically, it says Constantinus Caesar, and then gives the mint, but it does not have any text on the front side, and it's just generally a rare type of the Constantinian dynasty. We also, some of the types that we pulled out a little bit more of were like these posthumous, in after the death of Constantine the Great. There were some just kind of nice eye appeal candidates like these Valentinian or Honorius options. Here we have what I believe Constantinus. So I think there's some that are like, yeah, again, Constantine's sons are very well represented. I tried to pull out any of Constantine the Great that I saw. This is like a Maximinus II, great persecution of the Christians type, and just, yeah, overall interesting. I still think there's a lot of cool stuff, still being left in there. We have some of the She-Wolf and Twins. There's just so many coins here, and I had to go pretty quick. It probably took me a little bit over an hour to pour through them. I mean, right there, I believe that is a Constantine the Great type, alone. So very, very interesting stuff. I think the 4th century AD is probably the most abundant, most common of these, of the Roman Empire coins, and really of most ancient coin types. There's a Judean Pruda. I guess I'll leave that in, but a pretty good type. There's I would say a big proliferation of coinage during the kind of 330s to 370s. That's probably the bulk of what's represented here. And so, again, as a place to start, I would say ancients are good for people who know English, just because like Roman is good because you can see all of the lettering ends up being in Latin, but it's an alphabet that we're familiar with. And I think a big dealer takeaway is just figuring out, like, these will sell for more than what I'm going to wholesale them out for, but I couldn't deal with this many coins. I wanted to pick a few of them, sell the rest for a thin profit, somewhere in the 10 to 15% range is normally what I target on these. Though it's not uncommon, like say I thought I got some really good finds where I would sell kind of the bulk at either cost. I've done many times before where I've sold at a loss, but just, yeah, for a little bit of perspective on that front. But truly fun to be pouring over 1,000 ancient bronze coins. There's so many of these to collect. There's so many of these for me to learn about, and different reverse types and different interactions with the usurpers. I'm almost positive there's going to be like at least one coin in there that's probably worth $100 that I'm passing on to somebody that's not me, that I just don't have the time to deal with. Like this kind of has a cool reverse type. It's got a horse on there. I kind of want to keep that now. I'm not actually sure whose coin it is. Maybe, like, it kind of looks like Honorius just from the back. Actually, I'll leave it in. And that's the thing with coin dealing. When I'm selling to other dealers, it's good to leave some stuff in there too, so that they can do well with it. They can sell it for more, than they can be back as a repeating wholesale customer of yours. So that brings me to the end of the video today. Thank you so much for joining me on what hopefully is a unique video and pretty interesting perspective. I thought I was going to do some grading. They were probably not in the condition that makes a ton of sense to like actually get the subgrades on there, but a few of these will be genuine grade candidates. Anyways, thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to head on over to treasuretown.com and sign up for our email list to stay up to date on everything that's happening, whether it's auction updates, exciting new inventory drops, coin collecting news, or general informational resources. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on another one.